And do you know that even the constitution that we use today, which is the 1999 constitution, denies what is called in law autochthony. In other words, there is no referendum, there is no plebiscite. The people of Nigeria did not vote to say, this is the constitution we want. It was imposed on us by a military decree, and yet it remains the ground norm. I mean, what a misnomer. We are not in a dictatorship, but we are running a constitution that we didn't vote for. And our administrative units have been carved on the basis of that constitution, supplanting our regional.
The constitution that operates in Nigeria today is a fraudulent, mischievous document foisted on Nigeria by a departing military junta. In fact, it is Decree 24 of 1999, which should have been a mere transitional instrument for governing a country of the stature and standing of Nigeria within the international community. I would have thought that the first item on the agenda of the government that came to power in 1999 was to address the issue of that constitution, its legitimacy. Because, like the Patriots observed, it told a lie against itself by saying that we Nigerians, under God, have agreed to live together, blah, blah, blah. There was no time when we were asked that question. And Nigeria, I believe, still requires what lawyers call an autochthonous constitution, a constitution that that captures the needs and interests of the Nigerians, a constitution that finds legitimacy in the eyes of the citizens, not one handed down from low and high by a military junta.
Our present extant constitution is an imposition of the military. A supreme military council that was not elected by anybody, that did not respect any known parameter in its recruitment except seniority in the army, that was lopsided in terms of its geographical identity of membership, imposed a constitution, enacted it like a legislation. It was not subjected to a plebiscite. It was not subjected to a referendum. In law, you say it's not autochthonous because the people did not agree that the 1999 constitution is their constitution. We didn't vote for its approval. So it's not cognizable in law as a valid constitution. It has been imposed of us by sheer force. And no government has had the courage to subject it to a national plebiscite. And if you do, most Nigerians will say this is not our constitution. We've created local government and states administrative structures that do not obey any known parameter. We've taken away the sovereignty of natural resources from our people and concentrated in an omnibus and amorphous federal government that is characterized by inefficiency over time.
Wole Soyinka, as a man of knowledge, has just expressed the fact, unlike individuals that parade themselves as professors of constitutional law and constitutional lawyers, senior advocates, and the rest, who still continue to defend the 1999 constitution as if it doesn't matter the source, it doesn't matter that it's a forged document, by claiming that the people made it and it has been shown that the people didn't make it, in a suit that was filed on behalf of Anthony Naro, Wole Soyinka, Bishop Bonigi, Dokubo Asari, Ralph Wazurike, and a couple of others, Alhaji Yerima Shetima, who just gave that ultimatum. Yeah, he was part of the signatory to the lawsuit that was filed on their behalf by the Secretary General of the Lower Niger Congress.
I dare to tell this nation today that this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those concurrent lists. The formal name of this republic is Federal Republic of Nigeria. Unfortunately, we don't run a federalist system in Nigeria. Otherwise, what is so unique about all those things that are in the exclusive list? In this chamber, we try to federalize the police system. In this chamber, we failed. Every crime is local. And the solution to every crime is local. The earlier that senators in Nigeria summoned the courage to say, we should not continue to deceive ourselves.
Nigeria is threatening everybody and groups. When we lie to ourselves and we're reaping the fruits of lying, we're victims of the lie that we call our own, the social contract, which is another name for the Constitution. We say we in Nigeria gave this Constitution to ourselves. We didn't. It was imposed. And it's not working. It's centralized. And the good things of life are not available for Nigerians. And they are crying. And you begin to blame them. You don't blame victims. You blame the system that produced the victims. This Constitution is not made by Nigerians. It's imposed. A federal constitution should be truly a federal constitution. You don't centralize everything. Nobody can fix this system. It's like putting square peg in round hole. It wouldn't work. It's not Buhari's fault, or Jonathan, or the previous ones. They were handed, and still being handed, instruments, i.e. the Constitution, that cannot work the way it is. Let us do an agreement. Constitution is an agreement that we agree to live together by these rules which we would spell out about governance. This current one is a fraudulent one. And it's giving us victimhood because we never did it. And they say we did it. If somebody says you did something that you did not do, is that not a lie? We went to court. The case is in court. Praying the court to say, look, the Nigerian people never did it. The court kept adjoining. Part of the problem we have. The case is still in court. Inauro started it. A lot of distinguished men and women up and down this country had their signature there. The case has not been taken.
A benefit of what has happened in my state, a similar program of a Ruga settlement was not called Ruga in 1987. The government approved land that was taken from the natives in Zangon Kataf and Kachia local government and created a grazing reserve. And they call it Kachia Grazing Reserve. By 1990, it was changed to Laduga Grazing Reserve. And Laduga is a Fulani ward. And today, as I'm talking, it was an initial landmass of 30 hectares of land that was taken from the natives, no compensation. And up to now, no single native that is there that can even go there. If you go, you cannot even enter that place as a native. And huge development is taking place. Big buildings, big hospitals. You don't even know what is going on there in Laduga. And it has been surreptitiously increased in size to 70,000 hectares. And so if we have this Laduga...
70,000 or 70? 70,000.
70,000
It means
hectares.
It was 30,000 that was taken initially.
From 30,000. From 30,000, it has been increased to 70,000. And it is still there. So there is the plan is to replicate this Laduga model all over the nation, thereby changing democracy, the political democracy, the demography, the economic demography, the social demography, the cultural demography of a people all over the nation, and Fulanize every place in the nation.
These are fears that you harbor.
These are fears. These are not only fears. This is something that is happening to me.
Yes.
I'm giving testimony.
Yes, this is something that you've seen
This is something that we have seen happen in Kaduna State, in southern Kaduna.
This is the
and
fear.
we, the land of our people, we cannot get there. We cannot go to farm. We cannot, this is the land that was taken over from the people. It was not compensated for, and we cannot go there to farm. We have become second-class citizens in our own state, in our own country, and somebody is saying that it is fierce, only fierce. This is real. The fear is real, and the replication of this model all over the country, and the intent is real. We have IDPs scattered all over this country. Now it is rainy season. Several hundreds communities are living in the rain. They have living in the scorching sunshine. They are now living in the rain. They cannot get back to their farm. They will be starving. They don't have medication. And nobody has talked of establishing exclusively, settlements for such category of citizens of the country. Only to talk about Ruga, that the Ruga settlements will bring about peace between herders and farmers. How will it bring about peace between herders and farmers? And we are saying, even in the northwest region, there is a category that has been displaced in Katsina and Zamfara and other states of the core north by this armed banditry. And they are all IDPs within the country. Nobody has thought of creating any settlements for such category of people. And we are talking about Ruga. So this program from the onset has some ulterior motive.
In charge of providing health care for citizens goes abroad to receive health care, the National Assembly ought to impeach him if he doesn't resign. That's an admittance of failure. But Nigeria is monarchy democracy. No one questions our leaders. And it has become abnormally normal for Nigerian leaders to seek medical care abroad while paying lip service to providing world-class hospitals. Hospitals their children can't even patronize, talk less of invite their foreign doctors to. I have a question. When will Nigerian leaders have shame? Isn't it hypocritical to criticize your predecessor for something, get into office and do worse? Do you remember President Buhari's response in an interview on international TV in 2016? When asked about the inability of Nigerian parents to secure foreign exchange to pay their children's school fees abroad? Tough luck, he shrugged. At the time, his own children were schooling abroad. My goodness. Who is serving who? Is the Nigerian government serving the citizens, or the citizens are the servants? If you cannot use the service you provide, you should resign. The chairman of Toyota driving a BMW? Never, you will not see it. That means you failed. If the Minister of Education's children cannot attend public schools, he should resign. Same principle with leaders at all levels. You shouldn't use the paraphernalia of public office to better your own life and shrug in indifference to the plight of the people you are to serve. Absolutely unacceptable. But Nigerians accept it. They even defend it. Juwake, do you want the president to die? Is it you that deserves to die? Or is one life more important than the other? If they didn't have access to public funds, how many of our leaders can afford the lives they live lavishly? If you were rich before you came into government, stay in your private business if you can't better the lives of these ordinary citizens. That's what government is about, serving the people, not your person. No one will question you for how you spend your money if you made it legitimately doing your private business. But if a system is bad and you please don't put yourself up to serve, or how will the system get better? But in the middle of doctors' strike, poliomyelitis returned to Nigeria. The Delta variant of COVID-19 ravaging healthcare systems and cholera killing hundreds of people in the north. Nigeria's leaders think it's okay to seek healthcare abroad and send us pictures.